everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me for the week of June 17th through June 23rd using this stunning kit from miss+meow called Sea Salt. I pointed out that fashion girl in the front. That is what sold me on the kit, and it's also in hollow, so like it was everything for me. Hollow and summer, they just go hand in hand. The reason I'm using this kit is because this is the first day of summer is in this week, and it just made the most sense to kind of have a kit that gave like beachy vibes without necessarily being a beach kit, because like it alludes to being a beach kit without being one. So I'm going to be a little off my typical game here, because today's video is, if you've noticed, going up a day earlier than I normally post my plan with me's. I'm debating about moving them to Monday anyway. We'll see what I do. And it's also a collab with Kristine from ItsJustKristine, who has become one of my dear friends in this community. We chat a lot about stickers and life and stuff. So yeah, so this video is a collab. It is a summer miss+meow. Well, it's a miss+meow themed collab, because originally we were trying to do like a fruit themed collab, but the timing just wasn't right, because we're both very prepared in our kits. We have our lineups like set pretty far ahead in time. So it was a little bit of a struggle to figure out how we like what kit and what the theme was going to be, but we did end up deciding on a miss+meow kit with fruit and summer themed questions, since you know, it's summertime when we're planning for this stuff. So yeah, this video will be formatted a little bit differently than I typically do my plan with me's. I won't really be talking about the spread too much, but just a quick overview. I did do a decorative sidebar with, you know, a miss+meow kit for me always has like flat lays. I always end up doing those. And since this is an older kit, I did pull in some of the journaling kit and florals from two of the other collections she had released this summer. She is currently out on maternity leave. But if you're interested in like the collections I use, those will be more spelled out in my kit lineup video, which I'll link somewhere. And then I also made use of this foiled sampler from the Pretty Pink Co. called Salty Air, I believe is what it was called. Just because it was an older kit, I don't have a lot of hollow foil. So yeah, that's kind of the basis. I did tilted boxes. I used my watercolor swatches from JK Creates Co. And if you have any other questions about like what I did specifically, please leave them in the comments below, or just reach out to me on Instagram. I'm sure that this post will be going up sometime after this video, or, you know, DM me. There's ways to reach me. So that's a quick rundown of what happened in the kit. And I believe I've already talked about, you know, what the collab is going to look like. We came up with a bunch of fruit themed questions to allude to our original intent, and then some summer themed questions, since I'm using a summer themed kit, and I believe she's using the strawberries kit. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, Kristine. Don't I'm pretty sure it was the strawberry kit. So that was the theme of our collab. Sorry, this is really awkward for me because I'm kind of doing something I'm not used to. So hopefully I can use the allotted time to answer the amount of questions that we have. We have 9 questions that we both kind of decided on. So the first question is, what is your favorite fruit themed recipe? Oh goodness. And fruit themed recipe doesn't necessarily mean like dessert. I asked this question and I didn't even think about it. I guess because I don't really eat like a lot of fruit desserts is the problem. My favorite fruit themed recipe is, I guess I will have to say apple pie. Apple pie with vanilla ice cream and whipped cream. There's something, I mean, it is an American classic for a reason. Um, it reminds me of fall. It makes apples sweeter. I mean, I like tart apples too, but like to me, apple pie is very, it makes me think of holiday seasons. It makes me happy. It's delicious with ice cream, and ice cream is a top tier dessert. So I would have to say my favorite fruit themed recipe is apple pie. I can't really think of any I mean, I'm sure there are non dessert fruit themed recipes, but I can't think of any off of the top of my head right now because I should have been a little more prepared for this, but but I wasn't. um, so yeah, apple pie. My favorite fruit has changed a lot over the years. I used to say strawberries, but I think recently, I think maybe it's due to the climate. I'm not sure what. But strawberries are kind of tart. They're not very sweet. I like sweet strawberries. I mean, I do enjoy a strawberry covered in sugar on top of like a little angel cake with whipped cream. Um, but I would say my favorite fruit is watermelon. Um, there's something really refreshing about watermelon. Um, I also really love any kind of the drinks that use watermelon. So I will say watermelon, followed very closely by grapes, but the green ones, because the red ones I find are kind of, they're not meaty. They don't like give a good crunch, and those are usually the tart ones to me. So those are like my two favorite fruits. And I say grapes because watermelons aren't always in season, so that's why I went with saying grapes too. What is my favorite food? So this is always, I'm sorry, I just blew into the mic. I'm really sorry about that. This is kind of always a hard question for me because I like so many different foods, and I can never really pick a favorite. But I guess I every time this question does come up, my brain automatically goes to pho, which is, it's one of the more well-known Vietnamese dishes in America, in other countries. But pho is a noodle dish with a bro beef beef bone broth. I don't know why that is so hard for me to say. I bit my tongue earlier this week, but like it's pretty much healed now, so I don't know why it's so hard. But it's a very, like a hearty, to me it's, I'm not good with describing food, so I don't know why I'm trying, but it's like a hearty soup. It's got rice noodles, it's got vegetables, it's got tons of different spices. It's very aromatic, and it always just brings me back to like my childhood where we ate pho like every single week. We either had it at home or we went out to the restaurant right after church, and we had pho, and it was always about family time, and it's like a big comfort food. I mean, I'm kind of like boring when it comes to pho. I don't really like adding a lot of stuff. Um, I don't really care for the mung beans. I don't care for the mince. I mean, I'll throw them in there, but like I'm like broth, noodles, meat, scallions, onions, and I'm good. I'm good. Give me a little thing to dip my meat in, and I'm content. So kind of boring when it comes to pho, but like that's just my life. I'm kind of like, I guess the reason it's always so hard for me to choose a favorite food is because like I don't really like extremely loud flavors. But a lot of dishes that I do like are like loud flavors. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to explain this. This is really like I've gotten off track here. Um, but if it's not pho, my second choice is sloppy joes, and I don't know why. I just, every time I think I see something about sloppy joes, or like they just randomly pop in my head, I'm like, I have to go have a sloppy joe now. I can't, like, there's something about a good manwich sloppy joe that just hits when you're in the mood. So see, this, I don't pick favorites. It's hard for me to pick favorites, man. I always have at least two choices. Ah. um, so those are kind of like the food themed questions. Our next set of questions are more like summer themed. So poolside or beach, and this one is very easy for me. I'm poolside. I mean, I would rather be in the air conditioning, but between the pool and the beach, I will be at the pool because I dislike sand. Sand gets everywhere. What is that? Not Luke Skywalker. It's Anakin Skywalker quote. It's like, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. Like, nothing against the ocean. I love the ocean, but I will admire the ocean from a boat or from a dock or from the boardwalk. Ocean animals fascinate me, but to me, it's the sand. But you can't, I mean, I guess you could get to the ocean without going through sand, like a pier or whatnot, on a boat, obviously. Um, but the beach, nah. This is more a I'd rather pick to not be at a place rather than another place. I mean, pools are fun. I like pools. Um, the thing is, I don't really like to play in like water that's really tall. Pools are also cold when they're not the right temperature. Um, so like, yes, I do enjoy bodies of water, but it has to be like a really hot day for me to want to go in. Like, really hot day, kind of tepid water. um, so that's poolside or beach. Poolside, no questions asked. My favorite summer memories. So for me, summer and the song Shania Twain's "This Kiss" go hand in hand because I have a vivid memory of going to Dorney Park and having that song play. And I really want to say it was the wave pool, but part of me thinks it was the kiddie pool. But I mean, those were the two places we spent most of our time while we were at Dorney Park. Dorney Park is a water park with an amusement park attached to it, or vice versa. It has Camp Snoopy. If you've heard of Camp Snoopy, that's where Camp Snoopy is. At least when the last time I went, which was it was a few years ago. I'm an adult now, and my brain does not like the G's from the roller coaster anymore, so we haven't been in a while. But back to the question at hand. Favorite summer memory are my memories of going to Dorney Park, because when I was a child, I actually lived in the city of Philadelphia, and it was kind of like there were pools, but my parents couldn't afford a pool, couldn't afford to go to the public pool. They didn't have the time to take me. Um, so we always had at least one or two trips to Dorney Park. And it was always like, it just stands out to me. So water parks, I guess, were a huge part of my were a huge part of my summer childhood here. Um, and that leads very well into the next question: water park or amusement park? And I will have to say, contrary to my younger self now, that amusement parks, even though the vertigo does not agree with my body, um, I just like this kind of ties back to the pool question, where like I just don't like being in cold bodies of water very long. Um, so I guess amusement parks. Plus, there's like the variety. It's like I still enjoy a good roller coaster too. I just don't go on them back to back to back to back. um, and there's just something like really fun about walking around an amusement park. Um, I haven't been in a few years, but we did ride like all of the rides at Dorney Park, all of the roller coasters at Dorney Park. And then we went back one more time to go through one of them. I don't remember which one. It was like the orange one. And after that, we were like, why did we do this to ourselves? Our adult bodies can't handle this anymore. Not that we're that old. I'm only in like I'm only like 30 something. So I'm not that old. But I think now that I have a kid, once he gets a little bit older, I mean, we did take him. We just took him to like a carnival type deal, and he enjoyed going on the rides. So I think now that I have a small person in my life, it might be better in Oh my goodness, my brain just stopped. Things that the amusement parks might become more of a thing in my life now. Like I said, water parks are kind of cold. I'm not really a fan of them. Um, but I feel like Bub might like water parks. So there will be more water parks in my future, most likely. Um, and I've technically already answered the next question of what is a song that reminds you of summer. And like I said, it is Shania Twain's This Kiss, only because it reminds me of Dorney Park. I guess another song, let's get that one out of the way. Another song that reminds me of summer is Watermelon Sugar. It just came out in the summer. Um, I don't really care for Harry Styles. Sorry for all the Harry Styles stands, but like, I guess I don't really stand any artists. Let me get back on track here. Sorry. Let me get. I'm getting so sidetracked. Let me get back on track. So, I guess Watermelon Sugar is another one. It's very breezy. It's very like you can scream it at the top of your lungs when you're driving in a car, out the window. So that's a song that really reminds me of the summer here. What is your favorite planner shop? So, if you've watched any of my hauls, or a few of my Plan With Me's, actually, I think I've only done one Plan With Me with a kit from the shop. It is Starlight Paper Studio. I am in love with the kind of like whimsical style that Sita has. I think that her kits, for me, when I pick a kit, like yes, format is important. But I think for me, what I look at when I go shopping for kits or for deco are not art is the artwork. Um, if the artwork itself speaks to me, I can make do with whatever format it's in. Like this kit, like that one box, really like the one with the girl and her hair and how beautifully it's foiled, and like these flat lays, like they really resonated with me. So even though it's a kit in an older format with not a lot of MIDI boxes, because I'm really enjoying, like I don't want to say I don't like boxes that go the full width of the column, but I need a little bit of variety. I need some boxes that go the full width. I need some boxes that don't. I need circles. There needs to be more circles in kits in general, in my opinion, or at least kind of like circular shaped things, not square shaped things. Um, where was I going? Why am I've been in like a weird headspace every time I do these voiceovers. Right. Shop, favorite planner shop. So Sita's artwork, or I know she draws some of it herself. By looking at like a lot of the kits that I have, I feel like she draws a lot of it herself. I really like the stories that she tells. Like you can see a story in the full boxes, because I don't really think off the top of my head, I can't look at one right now. She doesn't really have a lot of florally boxes. Which I mean, a floral box is neither here nor there for me. But the scenes and kind of like the journaly aspect of it, she uses a lot of like ethereal artwork, a lot of I guess, and for me, as a person of Vietnamese descent, like a lot of her characters are like I can see myself in them, even if they're male or non-gendered. Like they kind of look like me on the paper. So like that's that, and I like a lot of her snarky scripts. I have one. I will go back and pick up more, and she also does like a lot of things in hollow, which I am so like happy about, because like I get hollow is a very, from what I understand, a difficult foil to work with, but there's something so magical about it. Like I believe a couple of her summer releases were silver and hollow, and I'm like, that's great. I love it when a shop offers me something in hollow, because like I am willing to pay the extra couple of bucks to get it. And especially if they have foiled samplers to go with it. So like that makes my life easy. So I really enjoy Sita Shop. I am not glad. I am lucky she's not open right now because I'm in a money spending mood and I cannot be. But so yeah, Starlight Paper Studio is my favorite planner shop. And the last question we have here is, what is a planning tool you cannot live without? And for me, as someone who is a bullet journaler primarily, well, not even, I wouldn't say primarily, but I started out as a bullet journaler. It's a ruler. Controversial opinion, I guess, in the bullet journal community. So a lot of people are like, you don't need straight lines. Okay, I guess it's not a ruler, it's a metal straight edge. So for me, having a metal straight edge is super duper important. If my lines aren't straight, I will not be able to focus on anything. But the fact that the lines aren't straight and I'm running out of time because we're about to do a final flip through of the spread. So yes, I will. So this is a collab with Kristine. One of my dear friends in this planner community. I will link her video in the cards and in the description box below. You should definitely go check her video out after this one. And hello, if you've come from her video, welcome to my my channel. I do planner things. I'm just kind of starting out in this community, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.